down here, you know.
Just so he knows that. Look, parents are afraid of their children.
Sorry about the rough ride, Derek, but you must know how worked up these people are about drugs.
Look, I don't expect them to behave like snouts, Jimmy, but if they're worried about the rising crack use, they can't leave it all to us.
Yeah, well...
What are the police doing? What are the parents doing? Oi!
Lisa!
Do you know this girl?
Lisa George. Comes in Monday nights for karate. Now, there's a kid that's gone respectable. She used to mix with a lot of druggy types, did Lisa.
Criminal damage to cars is respectable, is it, Jimmy?
She's okay, given what she has to put up with at home.
Oh, yeah?
Parents. They're always knocking each other about.
Oi! What are you playing at?
You want to know something?
What?
Well, what do I get in return?
Shouldn't you be at school?
You know that crack dealer who got killed here? Trevor Cottrell, skull smashed him with a glass ashtray. Well, I know about it.
What do you know about it?
You don't believe me, do you? 5 weekly hours, weren't it? Edge of the estate. I was there. Go away!
Lisa? Lisa!
Mr. Bright caught her with these wire cutters. She cut the chain and walked off with the goods. Mr. Bright apprehended her outside the store.
I don't think that'll be necessary, sir. Unlikely to be counter-forensic.
So what's she supposed to have stolen?
Men's razor, value $29.95.
What's your name, love?
Her name's Elizabeth Barrett, and she lives at 24 Wimpole Street.
Did she tell you that?
Yeah, and I'm married to Robert Browning.
We married a Pope for all I care.
They give you the right name, didn't they, Mr. Bright?
So what is your name, love?
Cassie Baker.
This was the place he was killed, right? So you gotta believe me, I was here, okay?
So why haven't you told anyone else?
I was scared, I didn't know what to do.
So what's brought about this change of heart?
I don't know. Thought you might be able to help.
Help what?
It's my parents. Look, if they knew I knew Trev, if they knew I took stuff, they'd kill me.
I think perhaps you'd better come and talk to CID.
Well, they can't know about this. My life wouldn't be worth living if they did.
Well, they don't have to find out, provided you come and talk to my colleagues.
All right, then. Let's see what you got here. One bracelet with the name Cassie on it.
Yeah, it seemed appropriate since that's my name.
What's the key for if you're of no fixed abode?
What?
You said you're on the streets. What's the L key for?
The Bank of England for when my piggy bank runs low.
You better go and sit down. Tony?
Oh, Cassie.
She's not homeless.
No, sir. She says she's got a bash up west.
Her nails are cleaner than yours, Reg.
Well observed, sir. I was thinking that myself.
Well, the sooner you get an address, the sooner we can get a Section 18.
Yeah. Well, look, we'll have to use the thumb screws. The rack is being serviced.
Look, you've had two of your lot with AMIP over this for the last 8 weeks. Information about as abundant as the dodo.
Cottrell was a drugs dealer, Derek. People don't want to get involved in feuds between dealers.
Yeah, and I go on that estate with my size 9s and somebody wants to talk to Uncle Derek.
Even so, Derek, you can't give assurances in a murder inquiry. Dave.
Look, she's scared. If I hadn't, she wouldn't be here.
So what's she scared of?
Her parents, for a start. They're pretty heavy duty by all accounts.
Well, some of these brats need a heavy hand.
They don't care. They just knock her about when they've had a few drinks. It's no wonder kids take to drugs.
Very sympathetic, Derek. Couldn't be anything to do with your new drugs initiative, could it?
The Residents' Association asked for it.
Oh, just say no. You might as well ask them all to join the Salvation Army.
Turned something up for you, though, didn't it, Jack?
Perhaps, but we can't give Lisa any guarantees.
She didn't have to come forward.
So why did she? Sense of public duty? Doesn't it make you wonder?
Yes, it does, actually.
If she is a witness, and Mum and Dad are going to have to be told.
But she doesn't have to find out about that now, does she? Don't scare her off, Jack. That's all I'm asking.
I don't know what's on offer yet, do I? Sally?
Sir, what have we got?
Well, I'm not sure at the moment.
Well, let's go and find out, shall we? Lisa, this is Detective Chief Inspector Meadows and Detective Inspector Johnson. They'd just like to have a little chat with you about Trevor about what you saw, OK? I'll be next door.
You ain't going, are ya? I don't want to say nothing if you're not here. I ain't going to say anything if you go.
Look, Lisa.
I'm not going to say anything.
All right, Derek, cheers us a moment. Right, so I'll leave it to you and Sally for the moment. But if anything significant comes up, the gloves come off, all right? All right.
Oh no, he's going to be so upset. But if I'd been kept in a cell all night, he would have been worried sick.
How long you lived here, Cassie?
A couple of months, but I was on the streets before then, but me and my boyfriend had a row. My parents got killed when I was 2, so I was brought up by my grandmother, but she died in my last year at school, so I stayed with a friend till after my exams, and then I just took off.
What school do you go to?
I St. Trinian's.
Mr. Franks?
Yeah?
Is this your niece? I'm afraid Cassie's been arrested for shoplifting.
Oh, Cassie.
I'm really sorry, Harry, I'm really sorry.
Cassie.
I didn't mean to cause you any hassle.
I don't know much. Just that she was there that night and the next day he was dead.
Who's she, Lisa?
Jude.
Jude.
Judy Tate. She was Trevor's girlfriend before me. See, I was going out with him.
How old are you, Lisa?
15.
You were having sex?
You ain't going to tell my parents, are ya?
Just answer D.I. Johnson's question, Lisa.
So, you were Cottrell's girlfriend?
For a month, yeah. He said he'd finished with Judy.
Did you know her?
I never met her, but he talked about her.
How did you know she was there that night?
Because I went round there. The door was open. They were out of their heads. They were on the floor. They were doing it.
If you'd never seen her, how did you know it was this Judy?
Because he was calling out her name, wasn't he? You know, like, all excited.
Did you see what she looked like?
Her hair. She had long blonde hair, I think. Yeah, like halfway down to her waist.
Man of God, are you, sir?
I prefer to think of it as a divine and infinite spirit, Constable.
Your niece share your views, don't you, sir?
I'm sorry?
Shoplifting?
A man's razor. She probably stole it for me. A month ago, she brought back this bottle of scotch. I knew she hadn't paid for it. I made her tell me where she got it from. I took it back. They were so dumbfounded, they didn't say anything.
Why did she pinch stuff for you, Mr. Franks?
Maybe because she wants to say thank you.
Thank you?
For staying here. Her parents are dead, you know. She was dossing on the streets.
Yeah, she said.
What will happen to her?
Well, it's too early to say something.
Haven't got much, have you?
Well, I told you I've been on the streets and you travel light.
This yours?
Yeah, some of them.
St. Trinian's. So where's your grandmother live?
North London.
Is that where your school was? Who's signing on? Never had a job?
Are you kidding? You've now got to have a degree to work in a burger bar in this country.
This yours?
Well, if I said it was the Queen Mother's, would you believe me?
Well, showing us what's in it. What about the pockets? This yours as well? Cat got your tongue, has it?
No, it's a vegetarian. No, well, it wouldn't be, not with that name on the front, would it?
Try T-A-I-T, if you like.
Let's stick with T-A-T for the moment.
Tate, Jude, Huddersfield.
Too old. Date of birth, 65.
Tate, Judith, date of birth, January 74, London NW3.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Hang on a sec, Tony.
It's just that... It may be nothing, but we've arrested this shoplifter, Cassie Baker. She'd also got her hands on this.
Property of Miss Judy Tate, London, NW3. Thank you, Tony. Right, now we're getting somewhere. No, actually, we want to interview Tate in connection with a murder. Thanks a lot. Look, could you fax her details through to us? Cheers.
Is Tosh back from the Building Society yet?
Not yet, sir. Sir, Flint and Street have confirmed Lisa's description of Judy Tate. Long blonde hair, 5'4", been missing 9 months. And the address in the Building Society book matches Judy's last known address, her mother's.
So it is the same girl, then?
Seems that way.
Right, well, we need to talk to Cassie Baker. Because if she stole the passbook, she might have seen Judy. Any joy, Tosh?
Yeah, the manager has confirmed the last withdrawal was 7 days ago. Sunhill branch and its boner. And the signature belonged to the account holder.
So Judy Tate was on our patch 7 days ago?
Yeah, and the passbook hasn't been reported stolen or lost.
Could be an oversight on Judy's part.
Too scared to talk to us, most likely. Right, Tosh, get on to Mrs. Tate. See if you can get the specifics, you know, why Judy left home, etc., etc. Then I'll go and work on Conway. We're going to need more from that witness of his. Judy Tate disappeared 9 months ago from an address in NW3, of all places. So what's she doing mixing with a lowlife like Cottrell?
Crack.
Exactly. Now, Lisa said she'd heard of Judy Tate, but she says she never saw her apart from that night. I want to have another chat with her. Okay. And whether her mother and father are there or not, I'm afraid they're going to have to find out.
You think she's going to own up to mixing with drug dealers in front of her parents? She's scared of them. She'll clam up.
She clams up, I'll arrest her for withholding evidence.
Oh, very wise. What are you going to have then, Jack?
Is this because of certain assurances you're giving Lisa? You going soft, Derek?
You told Amit what's going on?
Well, I will. After I've had a few more words with your witness.
Mrs. Tate's threatening to pay us a visit.
You didn't tell her that we...
No, I just told her we'd found her daughter's passport.
Thanks, Ellison. Anything else?
Quite a bit.
Well.
Cassie Baker and Judy Tate went to the same school.
How did you work that one out?
Pure skill.
How do we know which school Baker went to?
Tony Stamp, St. Teresa of the Roses, NW10. Apparently its nickname is St. Trinian's. I asked Mrs. Tate if her daughter knew Baker. She said they were mates. In fact, they were going to sit their A-levels together.
Come on, Cassie. You were at school with Judy Tate. You got a passbook. She's gone missing. She's wanted for questioning by the police. Where is she?
I don't know.
She made a withdrawal 7 days ago in Sun Hill. You've seen her since then.
5 days ago. She said she was in trouble and she didn't tell me what.
Ever heard of Trevor Cottrell, Cassie?
No.
Judy's ex-boyfriend?
No. She had loads of blokes and I could never keep up.
Has she ever been round to this place you've been staying at? Your uncle's?
No, no. Look, it wasn't like we were best friends or anything. You know, we weren't that close.
So it never occurred to you that she might be dead? And that this passbook makes you a suspect?
But I don't know where she went. She said she was going away for some time and that she'd get in touch when she got back.
How does she get in touch if she doesn't come round to your uncle's place?
Because she knows where I hang out.
She withdrew 50 quid. Can't get very far on that.
I don't know where she is.
Why have you got her passbook?
Because she gave it to me to look after.
So why did you say you found it?
Because the girl said to me she was in trouble.
And you don't know why?
No.
We can keep you here all night. You know that, don't you?
Why give you the book? I mean, isn't she going to need the money?
Judy, she's strange like that. OK, I don't know what she's thinking of half the time. OK, because she's into crack in a big way.
Interview suspended at 18:02. Sally. Get Tosh to go round to the uncle's house, see if the Tate girl's ever turned up there. If she hasn't, we'll let Cassie know that her friend's wanted for murder. We'll see what that brings out of the woodwork.
Right, Gov.
She never had a friend come round here? A girlfriend? Somebody called Judy?
No, no one.
You've been very silly, Mr. Franks.
It was just for the neighbours. I didn't want them to get the wrong idea. Cassie's young, you see.
But if Cassie's not your niece and you told the uniformed PC she was...
I just didn't say I wasn't. I didn't want her to get into any more trouble if she'd already said I was her uncle.
So how did she come to be here?
I met her in the pub one night. She was crying. She had nowhere to stay. I said she could stay here.
Just like that?
Yes.
Pure philanthropy, was it?
I did think that I'd made a mistake at first. She'd gone in the morning. She'd taken a couple of silver cups from the mantelpiece. But she came back in the middle of the night. She still had them. She said she tried to sell them, but there'd been a fight. She was covered in blood. She said she'd had it up to here. She wanted to start a new life. She asked me to help.
How?
She'd had a ruck with a boyfriend. I understand the need for a symbolic act. I'm into mythology, you see. Change your appearance, different clothes, cut your hair, dye it. Hers used to be blonde.
Are you sure her name really is Cassie?
Right, thanks, Sarge. I'm sorry, Mrs. Tate, but DC Lyons is on a call right now. They don't know how long he'll be. You can wait if you want, or come back later.
It's about my daughter, Judith. They found her building society book. Someone may have seen her.
She was my best friend, Cassie. She gave me her bracelet, her favourite books of poetry. And I miss her. And that's the only thing I do miss from then.
So when you saw that Cottrell was dead, you went to, I quote, Uncle Harry's for help, and you cut off all your blonde hair and dyed it.
Yeah, 'cause I was scared.
What happened with Cottrell?
I'd gone there to get rock. I nicked some silver cups off Harry to pay for it. Then when we was high, he tried it on. He was gonna rape me. It didn't matter what I said or what I screamed. Just saying no don't count for much these days, does it?
Didn't anybody help you? Anybody come?
This one girl, she came in the middle of it. She came in when I was struggling. I don't know, she was some junkie looking for a rock or something. And then she turned and she legged it. But find her. Find her, 'cause she'll tell you. I just grabbed this ashtray. And that was it. Bag ends everywhere on his head, pouring with blood, like worms in a Red Sea.
I've got a Mrs. Tate in here. She's getting quite agitated. Yeah, she came in when you were out.
Thanks, Michelle. I'll be right down. Well, this is going to be fun. Mrs. Tate, come about her daughter's building society book.
Lisa, Mr. Conway wants a word.
How'd you know I was here?
It's Monday night, karate.
You ain't been round to my parents, have you? But you're going to, though, aren't you?
Lisa.
Oh, I'm dead meat.
The girl the night Trevor was killed, the one you said was Judy, you said they had sex.
Yeah?
Or did Trevor force himself on her? Did he force her to have sex?
I was going to move in there, you know. I was going to live there with him. It was going to be somewhere to go.
Lisa.
So look what happens when she comes back.
Was she shouting for Trevor to get off her? Come on, Lisa, this is really important. Tell me exactly what you saw.
I suppose you could call it rape. Or an attempt, anyway.
She has to stay here, I suppose.
It's a very serious charge, Mrs. Tate.
She walked out just before her A-levels, you know. Her best friend, Cassie Baker, she's at Cambridge. Judith said she couldn't stand being pushed to do this and do that. Children. When all you want is the best for them. Have you got kids?
Yes, I have, yes.
No.
We sent her to the best school we could afford, so she could mix in with kids better off than us, and so she... Her father, he has his own business. He was never home before 9, so he could pay for her school. And what does she do? She just walks out. I just don't understand it. Says nothing, just disappears.
Mrs. Tate.
Sally.
Excuse me.
Can you get Mrs. Tate down to see her daughter? That's assuming it is her daughter. Might as well get a positive idea while she's here.
Did you like him, Trevor?
He was a bastard.
So what were you doing with him?
The one time I did rock, he forced me. I'd be addicted now, if he was still alive. If it hadn't been for Jimmy in this place.
Look, why did you come forward, Lisa? Hmm? You said something about help.
It was going to be somewhere to live. I'm pregnant, Mr. Conway. I thought if I told you, you might be able to help me. They'll kill me, Mr. Conway.
If your parents do
You don't understand, do you? It's both of them. They both get tanked up. She takes it out on him and he takes it out on me. All they need is an excuse like this and I'm dead. The least they'll do is throw me out. They will. And who's going to want to look after me? Trevor would have taken me in. He would have wanted to look after me because it was his kid. And then some silly posh tart comes back and ruins it all.
Judy?
Judith? Judith? Your hair! What have you done to yourself?
Mum, let's not make a scene, all right? Let's try and be grown up about this.
Why, Judy? Why?
You see? The last time I spent at home, last year, we only spoke about 500 words to each other. And most of those would get lost. So I did.
You've been working late, Derek?
I am a dedicated man, Jack.
Judy Tate's going to plead self-defence, which means at least she'll have to testify. But I reckon she knew that before she came forward.
She's a confused kid, frightened.
Well, I'm sure you're a sweet talker, Derek.
Hey, I'm not a social worker.
I thought that's what your job entailed. I told you were going soft.
Yeah.
No, I reckon that Judy deserves a break. And if Lisa stands as a good witness...
Who's going soft now, then?
She did society a service getting rid of Cottrell.
Listen, talking about social services, I think they ought to know about Lisa. Get to her, in case anything happens. Otherwise, I don't think you'll have a witness, because according to her, she'll either be dead or on the streets.
Yeah, not much of a home life.
No, some people don't give a toss about their kids, want nothing for them.
And in some cases, they want too much.
Either way, I blame the parents, Jack.
Hello, I'm WDS Morgan, Sun Hill. I've come to see Mr. Holt.
Oh, right.
What are his injuries?
Stab wound in the abdomen. He was operated on last night. He's very lucky. Nothing was punctured.
Good, I can talk to him then.
Yeah. Bed 4 by the window.
Thanks. Fitzroy Holt, WDS Morgan, Sun Hill.
Oh, lady. You come to sightsee?
Well, I've come to find out what happened last night.
I got myself robbed and a taste of cold steel in my guts.
This was in Jessup Street.
Yeah. I went down the street to get myself a little sweetness.
You were going to visit one of the prostitutes?
Right, lady. But just as I come to get out of my car, some kid is there, pushing me back up against it, his hand already in my pocket. When I tell him he's out of order, then I feel this pain, right here. It hurts, you know.
Did you get a good look at him?
Only that he young and he white. I never get to fix my eyes on him.
Could you describe him? The colour of his hair? What he was wearing?
No. But there was some guy there, he must have seen it all. I called out to him as the kid ran off, but he just turned his back and walked away. Man, that's bad.
Who was this? Another punter?
No. He the one with the camera. I seen him before. He take photos of all the car number plates.
So, you called out to him for help, and he just turned away?
Yeah.
Could you describe him?
White man. A little younger than myself. I'd know him again, but he's so ordinary, I can't describe him.
Will you make a statement?
Oh, yeah. He said he saw a man there taking photographs of all the car numbers.
Steve Tate.
So you do know him? I wondered whether he was part of the action committee.
He is the committee. Tell me, is Mr. Holt black?
Yeah.
Mr. Holt think there was a connection between his attacker and the man taking photographs?
No, but I'd certainly like to talk to Steve Tate.
Mind if I come along?
No, not at all. Well, what's your angle?
Chair of one of the local black community groups thinks Tate might have a hand in these muggings and that his motives are racist.
What's your impression of Tate?
Well, he's unhappy, of course, because the street he lives in has been taken over by Toms. But it never appeared to be an issue with him whether the Toms and their clients were black, white, yellow or green. Come to that, his wife is Oriental, so I'd be very surprised if he had any aggressive racist views. No, I have every sympathy for Tate's action committee. In the beginning, all the Toms stayed in one house.
I remember a few months back we did an oboe and raided it.
Yeah, well, they split up and moved into separate flats all down the street.
Landlords must have made a fair bit of money out of it.
Say that again. Oh, we've had regular uniform clampdowns, you know, harassing the girls as soon as they stepped outside. Giving the curb crawlers a really hard time. But with manpower limited, well, there's not much else we can do, really.
What about the council?
Well, some areas have erected railings, you know, to stop the cars cruising, but residents hate that even more. There we are. Now, the problem with a case like this is a very fine line between civil liberties and harassment. Ah, Mr. Tate.
Oh, Chief Inspector. Come in.
It's my colleague, WDS Morgan.
Hello.
Detective Sergeant Morgan's investigating last night's knife attack. Ah, hello, Mrs. Tate. Yes, just thought we'd pop round, see how it was going, you know.
Why does it take one of them getting hurt to bring you out?
What do you mean, one of them?
Those animals, the ones who come looking for casual sex, polluting our lives.
Where were you last night, Mr. Tate?
Yeah?
In the house?
Not all the time, no. Mr. Conway knows I photograph all the car numbers. I'm going to have posters printed, let everybody know about these men.
And you know that I don't condone any such action.
So what are you doing then? I haven't seen your people round here for weeks.
Can I see the photographs you took last night?
When I've printed them up.
While you were out taking photos, did you see the attack on Fitzroy Holt?
The guy got hurt. Yeah, saw him.
Did you see the man who attacked him? Or do you think you might have a photograph of his attacker in the background, say, hanging about?
I use a long lens, just get the number plates, but I'll have a look as soon as the negs are ready.
Or did you hear Mr. Holt call out to you for help?
Look, come on, this isn't helping your case, you know. Letting robbers go around knifing people on your own doorstep.
They deserve all they get.
Why do you say that, Mr. Tate? Do you really think it's a good idea to give this young thug the green light?
If you controlled these men, if you stopped them coming down our street, there'd be no muggings. Don't you see? This is just the beginning.
The beginning of what?
The slide down, the slide into total chaos. Your loyalty should be with us, me and my wife, not with that scum.
We're taking every action that's open to us. Look, and I warn you, don't you think that you're above the law? If you saw this attack last night, you should tell us.
You're a woman. Surely you think it's intolerable? No one can go anywhere these days without sex, sex, sex. I can't stand it. I have to take the negs out of the wash.
Mrs. Tate, did you see anything last night?
No. I always stay in the house.
Or did your husband mention to you anything that he saw?
Excuse me, but there is something I must attend to.
Johnny was perfectly reasonable when this action committee was set up. I can't believe he's become so obsessive.
Well, unfortunately, he may be the only witness in the attack on Fitzroy Holt. I'd like to get hold of this young sod before a knife in the stomach becomes a regular part of his MO. I'm off to talk to the Toms.
All right, look, I'll hang on here and pick up the prince if you like, and I also might be able to bring him round a bit.
Okay, thanks, sir. WDS Morgan, Sun Hill.
Come on in. We ain't working right now. This is Miss Morgan from Sun Hill. This is Suzanne, Flo.
Morning. I'm investigating last night's knife attack in the street. I wondered if any of you saw anything.
No, we were all hard at work. Is the guy going to be okay?
Yeah, I think so. What about Steve Tate? Did any of you see him around last night?
That creep.
He's always round.
Has he ever given you any trouble? Ever threatened you?
He won't even look at us.
Tried to talk to him, work something out. He's a pretty flaky guy, you know.
No, tell me.
Well, we leave cards in phone boxes, right? So if he wants to spoil our business, all he's got to do is keep ripping off cards. Some girls employ a runner just to keep cards on show, but we're not in that league. Yet.
And?
Well, wherever we leave cards, metal cord on phone's been cut right through with bolt cutters. Who else would do that?
Do you reckon he's connected with the muggings?
Tate? A vigilante? No. I heard he's lost his job. He's just got too much time on his hands.
Oh, you've been to Thailand, then? Is that where you met your wife?
Not that it's any of your business, but yeah.
I always promised myself a trip like that one day.
Prefer the Lake District myself. You may be here on this one.
Oh, good. Will we see much?
You can come in if you like.
Excuse me. I'm WDS Morgan, Sun Hill. I wondered if you saw anything of the attack that took place out here last night. Have you ever seen anybody hanging round? Someone who might be waiting for the punters?
No, not really. You don't look at any blokes around here in case they ask you how much.
The girls give you any trouble?
Not really. Not directly.
Well, in what way then?
They just don't live like we do.
What about the Action Committee? Has that been no help?
I hoped it would, but he's gone right over the top. The whole feel of this street's changed. He's part of the problem now.
Who's this, Steve Tate? In what way?
All the phones have been vandalised.
You reckon that's down to him?
That's what I heard. It's terrible, I haven't got a phone.
Have you discussed this with Steve Tate?
He just doesn't listen anymore. Now someone's nearly killed and I'm frightened to go out.
Yeah, we're doing everything we can.
Yeah? Well, who isn't?
Oh, Mrs. Tate.
Hello.
Hello. Listen, you know, it really would help us if your husband would tell us all that he saw.
I really can't...
Where were you going? Perhaps I could walk with you.
Oh.
Well, you won't get much.
Can we get a print?
If you want.
Your husband seems very upset about the prostitutes.
The whole thing has got so big in his mind. At home in Thailand, well, for some poor families, it's an economic necessity. But over here, it seems so much dirtier.
Is that the way your husband sees it?
I was on my way to see one other girl, Merlin, I think her name is. I want to tell them that he is not a bad man. I must go, I don't want him to miss me. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Come in. Oh, how'd you get on?
Well, Steve Tate certainly stirred up a hornet's nest, but there's nothing to suggest he's connected with the robberies. An odd thing, though. His wife said she was going to talk to the Toms.
Satiri?
Yeah. How'd you get on with the photos, sir? Any luck?
Nothing conclusive.
Still quite a striking jacket. Might be worth putting out a description.
Sure.
And how about trying to persuade Tate to make a statement?
No joy, I'm afraid. Just doesn't want to know. It's little wonder he's lost the trust of his neighbours. Means we're going to have to withdraw our support from his committee, which is a shame, because the pimps and the drug dealers won't be far behind this robber, and there'll be no residence committee to deter them. Hello, Conway. Yes, she is here.
Yeah? Right, on way. Satira Tate's just been found beaten unconscious on a path behind Jessup Street.
Our mugger branching out?
Yeah, or retaliation against Steve Tate.
What's up?
Hey. Who found her?
I did. She looks in a terrible state.
Did you find anything?
No, nothing.
Did you see anybody?
No one. She couldn't have been there long because I'd only just seen her coming out next door as I was putting Esme in a pushchair.
Was she on her own?
Yeah. And I was surprised because you hardly ever see her out these days without her husband. Could done with him today, couldn't she? It used to be safe round here.
All units concerned with the stabbing of Fitzroy Holt in Jessup Street last night have a description as follows. IC1 male, 5'11", wearing jeans and a distinctive black and white zebra pattern jacket.
Poor kid. I hope she's going to be all right. What was she doing around here? Did she often come?
Satira Tate? No, first time. Said she wanted to calm things down, that her husband's campaign was getting out of hand.
Too true.
Not her fault, though. Just said she wanted us to know that he ain't racist and he had nothing to do with the muggings.
He didn't help Fitzroy Holt, though.
No, and he wouldn't tell us anything either, although he must have got a good look at Holt's attacker.
Yeah, well, Satira said she was trying to persuade him to cooperate with you.
Is that all she came round to say?
Yeah. We don't take anything personally. We haven't got a problem with her. It's all part of the job, isn't it? You ought to know all about that.
Thanks. Mr. Tate. How is she? Mr. Tate, I'm sorry, but I do need to ask you a few questions. So if you like, we can go in Sister's office. Okay. Mr. Tate, have you any idea who could have done this to your wife? Take a seat here, please. I'm told you always accompanied your wife when she went out. Did you fear some kind of attack?
We're decent people. None of this need have happened.
Mr. Tate, you do know that when the girl tried to call the ambulance, she couldn't find a public telephone in working order. Now, do you think it could be somebody you've antagonised?
When I asked Sun Hill to do something about the obscene cards in all the phone boxes, I was told you could hardly arrest the girls for littering. So I phoned the telephone company and they said, "But sir, we are removing 20,000 cards and phone boxes in London every week." 20,000. It's time somebody made a stand, isn't it?
Mr. Tate, do you know where your wife was going when she was attacked?
No. She didn't say she was going out.
Could she have been with somebody? Does she have many friends in Jessup Street? Mr. Tate?
What? No, not really. We've not been married long.
Where does she work?
What's that got to do with anything?
I'm just trying to get a fuller picture. I mean, maybe somebody at work bore her a grudge.
No, not so teary. She works in the factory canteen at the Maiden Works.
Thank you, Mr. Tate. Look, take it easy, eh?
Bloke in a zebra jacket over there by the post box. All right, let's have him. Wait! Wait! Stay there! Stay there! Right, now, what's your name?
Mickey Mouse.
Oh, yeah? And I'm Snow White. What's this then, eh? Magic wand, is it?
Is that yours, love?
Yes, my pension money.
Steve. Fitzroy Holt.
It's a great jacket, isn't it, George?
Come on, sunshine, in the back. Head down, go on. In.
Mr. Tate said they hadn't been married long.
2 or 3 years. It was all done through a bureau. Hell of a risk, don't you think? They'd never met. or just once or twice in Thailand. She came from some little village all the way over here with a man she hardly knew. That takes guts.
And did it work out?
Well, I think it did, yeah. She always seemed happy enough. I've only once seen her in tears.
Why was that? Had he hurt her?
No, nothing like that. No, it's just she so wants a baby and she wasn't getting pregnant. And he just refused to go to the doctor with her about it, that's all. Common enough, isn't it?
Did she ever mention to you anything about her husband's action committee?
What, you mean about the tarts in their street? Can't see what all the fuss is about myself.
Let's get on with it.
You've waived your right to a solicitor.
You called me with my hands in the till, didn't you?
Where were you last night, Rick?
What's that got to do with it?
I'm showing Mr. Stratton exhibit GM1, a knife found in his possession when he was arrested. Is this your knife, Rick?
I had it on me, yeah?
I'm showing Mr. Stratton exhibit GM2, credit card in the name of Fitzroy Holt. What about this, Rick? You had this on you too, didn't you?
I must have picked it up somewhere by mistake.
In Jessup Street?
Is that where you work nights, is it?
No, but I think that's maybe where you've been working. I'm showing Mr. Stratton exhibit GM3, a black and white photograph.
There's tons of jackets like that about.
But I'm sure you must have noticed a concerned citizen who took this last night.
So what? He's never bothered before?
His wife was beaten unconscious this morning, son. That sort of thing tends to change a man's view of life, you know?
Think I would like my brief now, please.
Joe, what progress on last night's knife attack?
Well, I've got Stratton rattled enough to want his brief, and I'm hoping Ted will identify him. That should clinch things.
So when will you know?
Well, Jim's just phoned from the hospital. Apparently Tate's offered to come and make a statement. He's very disturbed about his wife, and I think he wants our help.
Yeah. So what about that assault? You got any ideas?
Well, there's a neighbour, Mr. Charlton, had a row with Tate. But I don't think he was serious enough for a brutal attack on Mrs. Tate. Now, I've got a hunch that Tate knows more than he's saying. I'm hoping he'll tell me about it.
Good. We'll keep you informed.
Oh, Mr. Tate, thank you for coming in. How is your wife?
She was still unconscious when I left.
I'm sorry about that. You want to come in? We've arrested a man in connection with the Fitzroy Holt assault, but we'd like you to tell us what you saw last night.
I saw the whole thing. I gave Mr. Conway the photograph.
Would you recognise the man?
Yeah, I've seen him several times, hanging about.
So, you saw him go up to Mr. Holt's car?
Yeah. Yeah, look, I'll give you a statement. Whatever you want, but later. What about Sutiri?
Well, Stratton himself is ruled out. He was picked up by some shops too far away, not long after your wife was attacked. Well, there was always the possibility it was the same man operating in the area. I've spoken to one of the women your wife works with.
You've no right. It's none of your business. She's my wife. It's private.
Well, she had nothing but praise for Sutiri. Look, Mr. Tate, if you know who did this to her, you should tell us now.
You don't understand. Ever since those whores moved in, I know what they all think, but it's not true. It's not true. You only controlled those men.
Do you think it was one of the punters who attacked your wife?
You bitch!
Mr. Tate!
She's nothing to do with those men. She's not a prostitute.
Control yourself.
I know what they all think, but it's not true.
Sit down.
She should never have gone into that house. Why does she want to talk to them? She's nothing in common with those whores. What are they talking about? I saw her come out. Smiling.
Mr. Tate, was it you who assaulted your wife?
Nobody understands.
Stephen Tate, you do not have to say anything unless you wish to do so, but what you say may be given in evidence. Do you understand?
Nobody knows what it's like to be so lonely. I've always been shy. I don't know how. But I could offer Sutiri the life she wanted, and we've been happy. Until all this happened. I heard them saying it. Saying she'd been a tart and I got out of a massage parlour. Well, how would I know? She could tell me what she likes and I wouldn't know the difference, would I?
So then you saw her coming out of Merline's house?
It all started when the men used to pester her. Wind down her car windows and talk to her. And she just laughed and seemed not to mind. Surely she ought to mind. You'd mind, wouldn't you?
Well, sometimes it's best not to show you're afraid. It's called being streetwise.
I'm so scared I've been duped. Saw them all when I went to Bangkok. So many of them. So many girls. How would I know?
Let's go, Mr. Tate.
It's when I saw her coming out of that brothel smiling and waving, I thought, I just snapped. I'm so sorry. Do you think Sutiri will ever forgive me? Couldn't bear to be on my own again.
Follow me, please.
Right. Come on, Mr. Tate.
This way.
Ah, there you are. Did you get Tate to make a statement?
Oh, yeah.
Good, good, excellent. That's everything sorted out then. Good.
If only...
Right, George, you're on CAD.
Sarge.
Steve Narika, GP Car Sierra Oscar 4. I want you patrolling 9 Beat, East Docks. More complaints from the residents. Apparently their kids are falling over piles of used syringes and condoms round by the park.
They should get the bin men off their backsides then, shouldn't they?
And as an added bonus, you'll have the pleasure of driving Mr. Cato later on. We're having a concerted clampdown on the Toms.
I'll get me rubber gloves out.
Right, Mike, Dave. Keeping you up, are we?
Sarge.
I want you patrolling 9 Beat as well. Take the other GP car. And that doesn't mean sitting around gassing all afternoon. Want to see some results, right?
Right.
OK, that's it.
Sarge.
Oh, Steve.
Sarge?
There's some new signs by the ramp. You can take them with you. I'll give you a shout, Mr. Cato's ready.
Can't wait, Sarge.
A slight lack of enthusiasm, Matthew.
Not really, sir. Bit of a joke, though, isn't it?
How do you mean?
Well, what's the government expect? Not going to stamp out prostitution. May shift them on for a bit. But if you ask me, these stocks is the best place for them.
I was up here last week, you know. Nick Linda Evans.
Isn't she the one that works Wolfside Street? I nicked her a couple of months back.
She's up the duff again, you know.
What's that, a third?
Who knows? Doubt she can count past 1 anyway. Hey, Mike. Mind you don't catch something.
That's what's her name, the one who had hepatitis. I can't think of her name. Julie something.
Lovely girl. Sandpaper skin, teeth like broken coal, covered in zits.
Lovely girl.
There we go. First caution of the day.
Looks like we could be in for a busy afternoon.
Yeah, that's one of them there.
Yeah, that's Linda. Same old spot.
How come she doesn't work down the bottom of the other Toms?
Very choosy about the company she keeps, our Linda.
Thought it was someone else. I got nicked last week.
Yeah, well, don't look at me.
No, I wasn't. It was that tall, skinny bloke from Liverpool or something. I don't like him.
Yeah, well, you want to watch out, Linda. He's around this afternoon.
Yeah, our governor's going to be out later on as well.
Oh, he doesn't want to put some business my way, does he?
I don't think he's up to it.
Look, I've had nothing all day.
Leave it out.
Honest, Dave, would I lie to you? Look at it. Might as well have stayed at home.
Where are you living now, then?
I've got a room in Canberra Street. It's just till I get something else sorted out.
Still with the same bloke?
Yeah. 5 months gone. Doesn't show, does it?
That's the boyfriends, is it? Not a punters?
Better not be.
Still doing drugs, then?
No, I ain't touched nothing for ages.
And the boyfriend?
He's trying to get off it.
Yeah, well, if I were you, Linda, I'd keep your face off the street for the rest of the day.
Yeah, right. Well, we're going home in a minute if things don't pick up.
All right, we don't say I didn't warn you.
I haven't taken drugs for ages. She was stoned off her box.
Yeah, well, with pushers crawling out the woodwork every time she makes a few quid, what do you expect? Anyway, could you handle her life if you weren't drugged up to the eyeballs?
You're going soft, Dave.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Any bodies yet?
Not yet, sir.
Well, we've issued several cautions.
Right. Let's see what we can do then, shall we?
She's had 2 cautions, has she?
Yes, sir. And I nicked her last week.
Well, obviously she's happy enough to be nipped again this week.
Oi! Back here now!
Excuse me, sir, would you mind stepping out of the car, please?
Oh, don't nip me again, please. Please don't nip me.
Eureka, do the honours, will you?
Sir.
I just gave the girl a lift, that's all.
Where to?
Oh, she said she wanted to go to the tube station.
So why did you bring her back?
Well, we got there, she changed her mind.
Did you know she was a prostitute?
No.
Have you ever received a caution for curb crawling before?
No.
You ever been in trouble with the police?
No, I was just driving past. Look, I don't want any trouble.
Well, I suggest you accept the caution and get on your way.
Right. Okay, whatever you say.
Right, can you tell me your name, please, sir?
Simon Kennard.
Look, I was just talking to him.
I'm sorry, Linda, but I'm going to have to arrest you for loitering for the purposes of prostitution. You do not have to say anything unless you wish to do so, but what you say may be given in evidence. Do you understand the caution? Come on.
Right, there you go. And I suggest you stay out this area unless you've got business.
Right, cheers.
Right, in you go. Mind your head.
So what is it with you and that old slag Linda, then?
Oh, well, we go back a bit. She ain't a bad girl. She's only 19, you know. Started on the game when she was 15, with her mother.
Well, mother and daughter act, eh?
Yeah. Her mother died when Linda was 16.
What, overdose?
No. No, she got run over by a bus escaping from a punter's car.
Yeah, that made a bit of a mess, didn't it?
Yeah. Still, only 20 minutes till refs.
Yeah, might as well start wending our way back.
Think about.
What?
That's Joseph. He's wanted for jumping bail. He spotted us.
Oh, come on, Eureka. It's an act. She's a drama queen.
Who's that?
Linda Evans.
You nicked her, have you?
She was begging for it, Dave.
That's going to do her a lot of good, that is.
It's an occupational hazard. So how many bodies you nicked?
One close call. Our old friend Joseph.
Oh, he's back, is he? I thought he'd gone missing in West London somewhere.
Well, who knows where he's been since he failed to appear. He's still wanted.
Well, Tom's will be happy he's back.
What, their main supplier, is he?
Oh, yeah, everyone buys off Joseph. He's probably the reason most of them are in such a mess.
They don't need drugs for that.
Except when they're addicted. Did Linda have anything on her?
Crack hidden in her boot.
She'll never learn, will she?
Do you mind if I sit in on this interview, Steve?
You're welcome to her.
Right then, Linda. When you were brought in earlier, you were strip searched by WPC data, and you were found to be in possession of what is believed to be a controlled drug. Can you tell us what that drug is?
It's crack. It was only a little bit. It was nothing.
Who'd you get it off?
One of the girls gave it me.
Which one?
I hadn't seen her before.
Where was this?
Grain Street.
Not your normal patch, is it?
I've run out of fags.
Do you know Joseph Tucker?
No.
Did Joseph Tucker supply you with these drugs?
No. Look, on my kiddie's life, right, I hadn't seen him.
Did you go to see Joseph Tucker earlier today to buy some crack?
No.
Right. Interview terminated at 18:08.
Can I go home now?
No.
Please, I want to see my kids. I've admitted everything.
I want you to tell me where Joseph Tucker's hanging out. It's only a matter of time before we get to him. He's got to be staying at one of the local DOS houses. I just want to know which one.
You fancy staying the night here, do you?
Look, if I tell you, can I go home?
It's quite possible, yes.
I bought some stuff off him earlier at the Broken House Hotel.
And that's where he is now, is it?
Now can I go home?
Oh, no, not yet.
Look, I told you what he wanted. If he ever finds out, he's going to kill me.
Look, don't panic. He won't even know you've been here. No one knows. If we pick him up, the custody sergeant will let you go. You'll be long gone before he gets here, I promise you.
Why can't I go now?
Because you could be lying to us, Linda. You could go and tip him off.
No, I won't. Honest, I won't. Please, Dave.
Take it easy, yeah? Sit down. You'll be out of here. I promise you.
If he ever finds out I've told you, my life ain't going to be worth living.
Are you the manager?
What's the problem?
We'd like to talk to Joseph Tucker. Is he in?
Never heard of him.
I see. Then you won't mind if we take a look around, mister?
Mr. R. Look around if you want.
Much obliged. Start down here, then work our way upstairs.
Sir.
Stay where we are, gentlemen. No cause for alarm. Anything?
Nothing, sir.
Upstairs. We know that Joseph Tucker lives here.
I haven't got a clue who you're talking about.
Nope.
Nothing in this one, sir.
Anybody in there?
No. I said there was nobody in there.
Police, open up!
Hey, you can't do that?
Why didn't you answer the door?
What do you think? I was a bit busy.
I suggest you put your trousers on, sir.
What are you staring at?
No, don't worry, love. We've seen it all before.
Not mine, you haven't.
What's your name?
Do you mind?
No need to get so uptight.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
We just want to know your name, that's all.
He's here! Don't be an idiot, Joseph! You're nicked.
Right, Linda, do you understand what you're being charged with?
Yes, I understand. Can I go home, please?
I want you to sign there for your bail. Is that your normal signature?
Yes. Look, I've got to go.
I suggest you go straight home and keep your head down till this all blows over.
Yeah, right. I'm not stupid.
Yeah, I've got the file in front of me. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, I can see that. Can you hang on a sec? Yes, Dave, what can I do for you?
Yeah, Joseph Tucker. We just nicked him, caught in possession.
Any potential as a grass?
Yeah, it's quite possible.
I could use one. I'll be down as soon as I can.
Well, don't hurry, Rod. It will hold you.
Hello.
I don't believe
What's
it.
she doing out again?
Let's not mess about. Let's nick her.
Not back to the station, Steve. Let's send her home.
So, Joseph, where have you been for the past few weeks?
Babylon.
Where's that, then?
Up here.
You're living at the Brogan House Hotel.
Who said that?
It's where you're currently living, isn't it?
I've been crossed up.
You've been arrested for possession of drugs, on top of your outstanding drugs charge. Oh, and failing to appear in court. You realise how serious that is, do you?
If you say so.
So, Joseph, can you tell us who supplied you with those drugs?
No chance.
No one out there gives a stuff about you now. You've no reason to protect anyone else. You might as well look after number one.
I've got friends.
If you're doing 10 years or whatever in prison, you ain't gonna have a friend in the world.
What is this? You asking me to do a deal?
We just want a name. The name of your supplier.
You're gonna have a hell of a long wait.
No major surprises that he kept his mouth shut.
Well, Rod thought it was worth trying to cultivate him anyway, so...
No, I'm in a bit of optimism.
How's it going?
We've just nicked this one for trying to have it off with a mental defective guy in the dustbins.
You haven't seen Linda Evans on your travels, have you?
Yes, sir, about...
It was about 3/4 an hour ago. I haven't seen her since.
Didn't nick her then?
No, we thought it was safer to send her home. As far as I know, she's gone.
Well, we better check her out, see if she's behaving herself.
Happy hunting, sir.
Well, she's obviously learnt her lesson, sir. Shall we move on?
You don't believe that any more than I do. Got a soft spot for her, have you?
Not really, sir, no.
Beware the 3 Ps, Dave. Prisoners, property and prostitutes. The trouble.
Dave, stop! Back there!
Linda! Linda, can you hear me?
Sierra Oscar from 517 receiving over.
Yeah, go ahead,
Mike. Ambulance required at Wharfside Street. One female with head wounds. Also may have stopped breathing.
Okay. I'm ready.
All right?
Yep.
Okay.
2, 3, 4. Good girl, that's it. Come on.
Just lie still, you're safe
Come
now.
on, that's
Jarvis,
it.
hurry that ambulance up!
George, can you get a move on with that ambulance, yeah? Stand back, please. Make way.
Was she mugged, sir?
Not as far as we can tell. She still had money on her.
What about one of her punters? Some pervert turned psycho on her?
What do you think, Dave?
Joseph.
Well, he's banged up downstairs.
No, I don't mean him personally. I mean, someone's put 2 and 2 together and linked her visit here with him being lifted.
Well, some of his friends, maybe.
If he wasn't a dealer, no one would spit on him if he was on fire.
But what about one of Joseph's customers? I mean, if they found out this Linda had talked, they'd go dipso. They'd have no supply.
Well, they'd find another dealer. And I don't think any of them would do Linda over.
You think it was a punishment, though?
Yes, sir, yeah. And as a warning to the other girls, make sure they keep their mouths shut.
Well, who would do that except the dealer himself? And if he hasn't got any friends...
Presumably he has cohorts. Others who have a financial interest in supplying the area.
What, other dealers?
Or the people who supply the street dealers.
But how did Joseph's supplier work out that Linda was our informant?
Someone must have seen us with her.
Well, when she was being arrested, you mean?
Nobody saw her being arrested. The street was empty.
Well, what about when she left here? Could she have been seen then?
She might be a tom, but she's not stupid. She knew the risks.
Well, someone must have worked out the connection between Joseph and Linda's arrest. There must be someone who knew she'd been nicked.
There is. Linda's punter in the Jag.
Who, sir?
Simon Raymond Kennard.
2 previous convictions, intent to supply.
Earlier on, Joseph, we asked you who supplies you with drugs. I'd like to ask you that question again.
No comment.
Are you frightened of what might happen if you name that person?
I don't grass on people.
But if someone grasps you up, then surely...
I know they did.
And you'd like to see that person dealt with.
Why all these questions again? What's happened? What's going on?
Do you know a man called Simon Kennard?
I'm saying nothing.
What would happen, Joseph, if your supplier thought you'd been nicked too many times? Thought you'd become a liability, might lead us to him? I think he might want you removed. Put out of harm's way. Like banged up, in prison.
No.
Well, you're sitting here, aren't you? And you seem pretty sure that somebody put you here. Who could that be, eh?
I'm not saying nothing.
You cleared off for a while, didn't you? Gave them the chance to put in some new faces, new dealers. Is that what happened? Is that how you come to be sat here?
I don't know.
Then I suggest you think about it. Is what we're saying the truth? Is Kennard your supplier?
Is this a wind-up?
Who else could have wanted you banged up, Joseph?
Are you telling me that Kennard's a grass?
Are you telling me that Kennard's your supplier?
There's not much point you hanging around, I'm afraid.
Well, how bad is she?
She's lost the baby. She's still in theatre.
And?
Well, it might be an idea to advise her next of kin.
Well, see what I can do. Cheers.
Simon Kennard.
Yeah?
DC Scase, PC Quinnen. I wonder if we might come in for a chat.
Sure. Be my guest. So, gentlemen, what can I do for you?
We're investigating an assault. Would you mind if we asked you a few questions?
Far away.
Can you tell us where you were this evening between about 7:30 and 8:30?
Yeah. I've been sitting here watching the box.
You haven't been out at all?
No.
Were you in the company of a girl called Linda Evans earlier today?
Never heard of her.
A prostitute. Works in Wolfside Street.
Well, that was just a mistake. I took the caution anyway. I didn't want any bother.
Why? Because of your criminal record, perhaps?
Perhaps.
Linda Evans was seriously assaulted this evening.
Really? Take a seat. Well, like I say, I've been sat here watching the telly all night. I can give you a rundown of the programmes if you like.
Have you been in on your own all evening?
Yeah. I don't usually make a habit of going out looking like this.
Right. What about the telephone? Have you spoken to anybody this evening?
No, I don't think so.
Have you phoned anybody at all?
Not that I can think of.
Well, we can always ask Telecom to check the itemised printout. Now, I must caution you that you don't have to say anything unless you wish to do so. But what you do say may be given in evidence.
I think I did call someone.
Who was that?
That's just a mate of mine.
And what's his name?
Trevor. I don't know what his second name is.
What's his phone number?
I think he called me, actually.
No worry. It'll show up either way. Where does he live?
I'm not sure.
Do you think he might have been in the East Docks area of Sun Hill this evening?
Do I have to answer these questions?
You're not obliged to, no.
In that case, gentlemen, I have got nothing further to say. I exercise my right to silence.
Fair enough, Mr. Kennard. Another day, maybe.
Come in. Well?
Well, it was him, all right, sir. I mean, he didn't actually commit the assault himself, but he was behind it.
And he's confessed, has he?
Not yet, sir, no. I managed to wangle a name out of him. I'll be checking with the LIO to see how many heavies called Trevor we have on our patch, and I'll do a check on his phone calls.
And then?
Well, and then, sir, we'll nick him.
Have you located her next of kin yet?
Her boyfriend was too stoned to understand. Social services took the kids. Apart from that, there's no one.
What about close friends?
Well, a lot of people got close to Linda. None of whom she'd want to call a friend.
We should have nicked her the second time round.
Yeah, we didn't, did we?
Better to be nicked than battered after death.
Just drop it, Steve, eh?
Still, it's frightening the toms off the streets, isn't it?
Great. Local residents will be happy.